that's my book. And I'm going to start off by telling you a story. It's called it is called What to Ask a Person in America by Robert Kaplan. He's this guy who works at Harvard Business School. So I'm going to start off with the Abilene paradox. These four white people, a mother-in-law, father-in-law, and their wife and a husband, just like chilling. They're just shooting the shit. They're like, and the father-in-law is like, hey, you know what? Let's go to this cafeteria 2 hours away. Like, I mean, all right, let's go. We've got nothing else to do. So they drive 2 hours to this crappy cafeteria. They eat this horrible food, and then they drive all the way back, and they end up at the same living room. They're like, what the hell was that? Why did we go all the way for 2 hours? And the father-in-law was like, because you said you wanted to go. And the other people were like, no, it was your idea. You wanted to do it. So they're all in this huge disagreement. The purpose of that story was why you should not believe in groupthink. Because people will just say, like, oh yeah, like, I agree, like, let's just go ahead. And then you'll end up doing something that's a total waste of time. So you always, as a leader would say, a leader works hard to figure out what he or she believes and then has the courage to act. So this book is incorporated into 8 chapters. I will dilute that to about 5, maybe 3. The first one is about your vision and priorities. So think about it this way. Instead of thinking of yourself as like a company, think of yourself as like who you are. Like, what is your freaking vision? Like, how many times have you walked around and be like, if someone's like, yeah, what's your story, bro? Like, fuck off. Like, what's your vision? Like what do you really believe in? Sorry. Like, what what is your vision in life? By having your own personal vision, then you can get like people to galvanize around your own vision, whether that's your company or whether that's your friends or family. Managing your time. So what do you do that kind of takes away your time of productivity? This is very similar to Cal Newport's book, Deep Work. You know, what can you do to allocate time effectively? And so by doing that, you should also delegate your time. There's nothing wrong by doing that. Feedback. It's important to get feedback. You know, if you suck at something, it's okay to be told that you suck at something so you can change. Don't gossip around because that's not going to prove anything. You need to make sure that you get feedback, and there's a big difference between coaching and evaluating. Coaching is like someone telling you a story that you get inspired by that story. Evaluating is like, hey, I need to see you in the field. I need to see you act. And by then, your actions can kind of change. Last thing is evaluating. You need to evaluate yourself constantly. Like, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing right? You know, see things as they are, not worse than they are or better than they are. Like, how can you further improve yourself? Every day is a grind, but if you keep improving, then it's all the worthwhile. All right, that's my